Yeah, so hi folks. It's been how long? A year plus, definitely. It's been more than a year or close to 2 years. And I imagine like the silence must have been like a lot to a lot of people, like what's happening. I understand. But definitely I can post everything or talk about everything that's happened just in one video. But yes, what I'll do in like subsequent videos, I'll be talking about the different parts that happen all within that period, and making it go into as much detail as I can. So that's for that part. Yeah, it feels good to be back on here, and like I'll try as much as I can to be posting more consistently now, right? And I want to walk you through what to expect, what are the things I might be working on this year, or what is left, or just like a plan. So we all just like have a direction on what to expect from this channel. So yeah, that's like what I'll be doing now, and yeah, let's get to it.
This is to provide like a high level picture of what to expect on the next phase of my journey. I've split it into two. We have the technical part and the EXP or relatable experiences, right? For the technical part, it's just things I'm genuinely curious about, build competence, and things I also really find interesting. I have this link. A quick backstory about this link would be before now, back last year, I've been looking for like the core foundational parts. I know we do hear a lot of statements like you should master the foundations, master the foundation. So I've been trying to like have my own little list of what the foundations in computer science are, and trying to have like a well-rounded knowledge about this field. So that's exactly what I was trying to come up with. Then a friend sent this link, which was pretty much everything I was looking for at that point in time, but I could not go as deep as I would love to due to some constraints. But now, hopefully, I can definitely do that. So let's quickly check out the site. So it says if you're a self-taught engineer or bootcamp grad, you owe it to yourself to learn computer science. Thankfully, you can give yourself a world-class CS education without investing years and a small fortune in a degree program. This is not to discredit anything, but it's just like an opening statement, meaning you can as well just start, giving yourself quality education while you can, if you can't afford a degree program early on. And they translate it to different languages. So roughly, it is broken down into 9 subject areas. They provide the why, which is a very good thing to really know what exactly it is you have to go through. They try as much as possible to summarize the why of why you should be going into the subject areas. They provide book and videos depending on like which appeals to you, right? So they break it down, tell you the why, the book and the video. So this is just everything they pretty much summarize, which should give you like a well-rounded foundation about computer science. They go ahead to talk about still too much, answer some questions, and a much better perspective on why exactly it is you should be taking this type of detail into the subject. So they are telling you why should you go as much as like this far to go ahead to learn this much. They did like an analogy with using type 1 and type 2 engineers, which pretty much makes sense. But the really incentive for me is there are foundational things that I really want to learn, and there are things that I am genuinely interested in mastering, trying to really understand your craft. So that's exactly my own incentive. You could definitely check out the analogy, and I do like what they said. Yeah, doing challenging, innovative work is something much more rewarding, and once you really know something, there is really no limit to how much you can do with them. There's also much detailed explanation on each subject guide. They go as much as they can to explain some things. And yeah, frequently asked questions on. There is also an answer to strict or suggested sequencing. Should you approach the subject areas the way they wrote it, or the way it is highlighted earlier above, or not? And you can definitely check out all their sequencing. These are the two guys who came up with this list. You could definitely check them out also. This is not really like a promo to promote whatever it is, but it's just what I'm interested in, and I've told you guys why. It's more like a journey for me, and you get to see things I'm working on. So I refactored into my own sort of list. So these are like the top four. I wouldn't be going through everything because these things definitely take time to truly get the intuitive understanding. I won't be going through all of them this year, but what will really make it for me is to go through the four. Hopefully, if you and I can like get through this two. So I start with these two because I have found direct applications of these two in my day-to-day job, and I usually see well-rounded applications of these two. So I put down with these two, then this next two, then we have these guys. Also, I'll be approaching this with the mindset of going from 0 to 100, meaning if you really don't know much about these things, then you can definitely welcome to look toward the videos I'll be releasing. So I'll be going with not knowing anything and trying to get better, then all the way, just more like from 0 to 100. Also looking at open source contribution, I just want, and I break it down to just one single repo, which is the Spring Boot repo. Be looking on how you and I like, how I can like contribute to this repo, what I do, how I started, and all those things. Just literally with nothing or knowing a little, maybe just a little about Java or Spring Boot itself, then how I went about contributing to this repo also. I will be reviewing technical books, maybe books I've read, what I learned, and share perspectives on the part. For the experiences part, it's just more like plus and minus, meaning wins, or I would say challenges, things I've learned, what I've faced, and so on and so forth. This is more like an experiment. I've really pretty much not defined exactly what it's going to be, but if the reaction to it plays out well, we can definitely release more on these areas. And some of these things really take time. The goal here is to have fun, enjoy while learning these things because it's quite interesting, and at the same time, look towards really understanding this crafts as well as you can build in your competence and confidence in your skills. So that should be pretty much it on this part.
Yeah, so that's like pretty much it. That's a whole picture of what I'm going to be like working towards next. For the technical part, I think it's quite self-explanatory, and for the other part, which is the experience, I also think that's more like an experimentation in itself. So it's just something that I would just like to put out there. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know how or what I'm going to put in there, but with time, things will definitely find their way. And for the other ones, which is the technical part, I just want to say it's not rigid. I'm not going to go through it like the way I wrote it. It depends because I'm also working. It depends on how to find the balance between the job, trying to understand. But these are things I'm genuinely interested or curious about, and I'll try as much as possible to like talk about them, put things out on them. So that's pretty much the two sides, and most importantly, the folks out there that like reached out. I understand, and I appreciate you all for like reaching out, checking up, and be like, hey, it's been a minute, you haven't posted, hope you're good. It means a lot. I really appreciate you all. That's really it for this video. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.